Hello guys, and welcome to Film Slim. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the most expensive items to ever grace the porn star's shop. When you work at a place like Gold and Silver, it's no doubt that some extremely expensive items are going to come through the doors. Now this list isn't necessarily a list of items they have bought, but rather what's just come sailing through the doors. Let's take a look. At number 3, we have an amazing guitar that was brought into the shop. Now this was not any normal guitar. It was Jimi Hendrix's 1963 Fender Stratocaster electric guitar. The quickest way for them to identify the guitar was by turning it over and finding the serial number. After a quick check, it was verified as the real deal, because that specific guitar is actually a documented Jimi Hendrix played guitar. When he brought it into the shop, he knew he had a massive valuation coming, but was absolutely blown away when the guitar expert revealed his number of $750,000 and $1 million. In at number 2, this brings us a piece of history, which, if it hadn't have existed, could have meant one of the top 5 bands of all time might never have existed. The item is the original contract of the Beatles. Their music is synonymous with the 60s and still gets heavy playtime today. Selling over 500 million albums with 17 UK number ones, they are easily one of the most successful bands of all time. The contract, which was written up and signed by John Lennon, George Harrison, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and their manager Brian Epstein back in 1962. That original, and the only one in the world today, was brought into the store one day, and the seller wanted a cool $1 million cash for it, not a penny less. It was a bit much, and they simply had to pass. And finally, we come to this. Rick goes to an art gallery in Las Vegas. He's off to view some Maurice Sendak drawings, mainly Where the Wild Things Are drawings, which are very rarely ever put onto the open market to be sold. Published firstly in 1963, Where the Wild Things Are follows the story of a child who is told to go to bed without any tea because he is a wild thing, which sparks the story. We view a lot of the artwork that had later been printed in millions of books. All of the artworks are one of a kind and original. Some are lovely colours, and others are just sketches, which entices you through the work and reminds you of your childhood. The seller states that he acquired the drawings through a friend, who had obtained them from a university professor in the mid-1970s, who had then sold them to him. The seller values his collection at $375,000, to which Rick scoffs and says, "That's a bit pricey," although in the back of his mind, he's thinking that might be a good price to pay for these items. He gets his expert in to look at the items and appraises them at a slightly lower value of $310,000. Rick thanks the expert, who leaves him to negotiate a price. Rick goes in with a low price of $200,000, and after a bit of thrashing to and fro, the seller gets the price up to $250,000, which at the time of the episode airing was the most expensive item that Rick had officially bought. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If there's anything you'd like to see us cover on this channel, let us know in the comments section below. Until next time.